Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
Today is a very different kind of anniversary. It is the 2-year anniversary of the day Kyler Murray tore his ACL against the Patriots at State Farm Stadium, and a lot has happened in that time period. Murray has matured. He's become a better teammate, a better leader. He crushed his rehab. He returned to the playing field without fear, and in his past 18 games, he has produced another highlight reel of great plays and signature moments, but his limitations are back and angrier than ever. While Murray's numbers are excellent in play action and plays outside the pocket, they are terrible in obvious passing downs when he is required to drop back, survey the field, and make an impact. Meanwhile, his numbers under pressure have plummeted dramatically, even though his offensive line is still getting very high marks in pass protection. And against the Seahawks, there was any number of plays that highlighted this discomfort in the pocket, which led to interceptions, bad throws, or in one case, a ball that slipped awkwardly out of his hands. Now, there was a time earlier in the year when I believe Murray had made giant strides in standing firm and delivering from the pocket, but that has changed dramatically ever since the bye week, including an offense that cannot shake off a penalty or a loss of yardage without a check down and a punt and a white flag. That is on Murray, and after 2 long years, he's got 1 month left to get it right. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW, who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
I low-key thought about that this morning. I was driving here. But, yeah, what about it?
Has anything come to mind?
No. Yeah, it's a little weird. It is a little weird, but try not to have that happen again.
Yeah, it was Kyler Murray admitting he did think about the 2-year anniversary.
And the fact that the Patriots are the next opponent.
The Patriots are the next opponent. Happened at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, late year situation. Mm-hmm. We'll see. You brought up the 18 weeks of highlight plays and things like that. Mm-hmm. There has been that. And Kyler Murray, I think the level of optimism with how Kyler Murray ended, especially in those last 5 games, they went 2-3 in that stretch. But the wins were impressive, beating Pittsburgh on the road, beating Philadelphia on the road. And now you're 13 games into this year. The Cardinals are 8-10 with Kyler Murray back as their starting quarterback. He's had 1 300-yard game since his return from the injury. So the passing game has left a lot to be desired. You pointed out the differential. I mean, it is night and day. A 97-point difference in passer rating against pressure pre-bye to post-bye.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the 97-point differential indicates that his passer rating is 0 against pressure in the last 3 games. So something is going on. And I don't know if it's at this point of the season, teams figure things out. We've talked about that a lot during the Kingsbury era. I just think Kyler Murray's in a slump right now.
I hope.
He's thrown interceptions in 3 consecutive games, and all of them have been killers.
But again, it's what the eyeballs tell me is that some skittishness has returned in his game.
Yes.
That's what I've seen. So I don't know if that's a slump or I don't know if that's the grind of a season getting to him. I don't know if that first game of the Seahawks freaked him out for the second game against the Seahawks. We've always talked about the Aaron Donald effect and how he scared the daylights out of a lot of quarterbacks, including Kyler Murray, including Geno Smith, this Leonard Williams dude and what he did in the first game against the Cardinals. I don't know what the answer is, man. But as Mike Reese just told us, you've got a Patriots defense that's not exactly 85 Bears-like. So it's about time to get this right. And the thing that is driving me crazy, and I know a lot of Cardinal fans, it's driving them crazy as well. They are so bad at 3rd and long. Anything 3rd and 6 or more, they're just atrocious. They don't even try.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes earlier too. And we talked about 2nd down and long. When this team has a penalty, it's almost like just go ahead and plan on what you're going to do in your next drive. Because of the way that there's ways teams attack 2nd and long. Most of the time, they're trying to get a chunk of it to make it 3rd and manageable. And the Cardinals seemingly kind of throw their hands up on 2nd and long, too. So then they're facing a 3rd and unmanageable.
Yep.
It has been a real problem for this team. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and it's, as people have pointed out, there's not an offensive coordinator on the planet that would consistently call for passes short of the sticks on 3rd down, unless you knew that pass short of the sticks was also going to include a receiver who's wide open and has got a path to the 1st down. So when you kind of like deduce it in that light, you realize it's Kyler Murray just checking down as soon as he can. Look, check down. And that's not winning football. There comes a time when you've got to, as a quarterback, make these plays. And if you're in the business to get back to the Super Bowl, these are things that have to be front burner issues for this football team.
Absolutely. But you also pointed out the metrics still show that the offensive line is doing a solid to credible job in protecting Kyler Murray. You have to point fingers elsewhere, though. You have to point fingers at the receivers individually. Are they creating enough separation? Marvin Harrison Jr., we're 15 weeks into the season still asking the questions about consistency, and is he getting the burst off the line to get open? Is Kyler Murray just missing these players? Where is the play calling in the mix? I didn't think we'd be, after what we saw during the 4-game winning streak, I didn't think we'd be still asking these questions. But reverting back to what this team was earlier in the season with a vanilla offense that struggled in 3rd and long, struggled in the red zone, it has appeared in a big way at a terrible time for this team.
No doubt.
And to Mike Reese's point on the New England defense, he brought up the Indianapolis game. They lose it on a 2-point conversion. Their defense actually did a great job for most of the game. They only gave up 253 yards to the Colts, but as Mike told us, an 18-play drive where they couldn't get a stop. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, it does.
Because that's plagued the Cardinals on the defensive side of the ball on this stretch as well.
And from the Indianapolis point of view, that was viewed as, well, Anthony Richardson shook off a really bad day to come up really big at the end. So it all depends on who you are and who you're cheering for and how you look at it. I think I commend the coaching staff because I think that Drew Petzing and Jonathan Gannon, they've shown great public patience and acceptance of Kyler Murray. For instance, Drew Petzing, his reputation as an offensive coordinator, it's been roller coaster like because it's tied to Kyler Murray.
Yes.
And if you're an up and comer like Drew Petzing and you know that your quarterback is either changing out of winning plays or checking out of plays or getting a bit panicky and not waiting for routes to develop, and it's affecting you, it takes a mature, committed coaching staff of pure-hearted people to kind of say, no, all right, we have to support. If this is ever going to work, we have to have this kid's back at all times. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think they've done a good job of that.
I think so, too.
At least publicly.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.